Hey everybody, I am here with Stamp and Stencil Savvy, and we're going to do something a little bit different today in that I'm going to do a card, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite techniques for stamping and stenciling with embossing. Embossing is the topic for this month, and I want to make sure that I cover it. But I don't do a lot of embossing on my scrapbook pages. So I'm going to make a card. We're going to do it real quick. We're going to do it in live time. And I'm just show you how you can make a huge impact just by using um, an alpha stamp, one sentiment stamp, and a stencil. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Tim Holtz sticky mat to put my paper on. And I've got a base card. This is just one you buy. Walmart, Hobby Lobby sells a pack of different color cards. Mine happens to be red. And I am going to emboss with candied apple, distress glaze, XOXO on here. So we've got Versamark. I'm going to use my chamois, Versamark, and I am going to do the first XO in the middle and then go out from there. Now, that could cause a problem, but I'll show you how we deal with that. Okay, so I've done that. Now, I always like to take a piece of paper to put my embossing powder on top of. And it's always better to use more embossing powder than you think you're going to need to get as good of coverage as you can. The more coverage you get, the better. And so, like, I have a section there on that O that's not covered enough. And then I have some of these sections are not great. So I'm going to take a paintbrush, and this is not a very flexible paintbrush, so I'm going to find another flexible paintbrush. And I'm going to clean up where I don't want the embossing powder. And then I'm going to emboss. You would normally clean all that up off your desk. You can see it's a little bit shiny. So let's clean up the desk now. We're going to put all of this back in my container. And now, what I like to do is after this cools, I like to stencil right on top because you can wipe it off of the embossing. Now, this is even better if you use a clear embossing, but we're just going to use the red. And we're going with Worn lipstick as our pink. And we have a really cool heart stencil. But now we have a really cool X's and O's, and the ink is going to rub right off of the embossed areas. Last thing we'll do is put this on a card and then we'll stamp on the inside. So emboss and then stencil over and you can wipe it off. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a real quick stamp and stencil savvy. Thanks.